Hello. Thank you once again for tuning in with your boy King Jacob on the Chatterbox with King Jacob. We have another Star Stutter episode for you where we bring you the best news, media, and entertainment. And we have some remarkable stories that we headline as far as our people in the community that's doing great things to impact the community. So today I have a special guest, none other than Mr. Jared Carter, an innovator, motivator, entrepreneur, uh, a coach of business. He knows how to get people to the next level of business. He know how to maneuver when it comes to the marketing, the branding, and the publicity. So none other. I have Jared, so I'll let him tell you a little bit more about him, so you, the audience, can get familiar with him. What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing well, man. Blessed. I'm blessed. I appreciate the platform and creating a space for people like me in order to tell our stories. I really do. So
Right,
appreciate you,
right.
man. Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
no doubt. So, who is Jared Carter?
So Jared Carter is a African American male, a black male, man, really just trying to carve out his way in this world. Currently navigating in the liquor space. But man, just an entrepreneur, a leader, and I pride myself on being a good communicator and an even better friend. Those are the two things
Okay.
that I hold valuable. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, where did this journey start at? Did it start from you wanting, knowing that you can create a space that impact others in the community, and with that space, you can create some financial growth so you can understand what financial literacy is and how you can impact other people through the realm of how you market yourself, how you brand yourself, and how you do all that with being in the community and being connected with leaders like city councilmen, governors, mayors, congressmen, and senators and things of that nature. Is that where you started at?
No, man, I actually my vision was purely entrepreneurial. To be honest with you, the origin story is I threw a college party. Me and my buddy just sitting at home, and I just felt it in me, and so went to the kitchen. Actually, the Red Lady had vodka to start out with. Switched it to rum, and 15 gallons, 300 people, uh, 10 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock in the morning, and here we are. So that was where we started, and really caught lightning in a bottle that night. Since then, have come home and really pursued it, making connections with, like you said, some local councilmen, senators, high people, and up until now, we're in about 50 locations, 40 states, and a presence, definitely a presence. So yeah, that's where
Hmm.
we are.
Okay, okay. So from that side of it, entrepreneurship, what are your impactful things, that you involve the community with? Because, you're an entrepreneur, you're a businessman, and I know some of your community peers, they ask you if you can speak at different engagements and things of that nature. So, how has this impacted you to get involved?
Yeah, definitely. Giving back with the business, the thing that you with anybody, right? You give back your time and you give back your money. So we've definitely run some campaigns. I'm a big literacy advocate. I actually have a friend whose daughter runs a nonprofit for the literacy of African Americans in our community. So we've run campaigns for culture books, and then also I donate to and am a part of a nonprofit by the name of Naor Reality, which is geared towards teaching young African American men to step into arenas in which they can't see. So we're very familiar with the sports arena, and we're very familiar with the entertainment, overall. But sometimes they might not know what business is, but they might not know who a businessman is. And so I take my time and show those kids, literally what it is. but not only tell them, but like explain to them the steps and what it really takes to to get to this level, the determination, the time, the effort. I just didn't pop out of anywhere just with a bottle of liquor, and then also letting them know what are the downsides of the product that I create. Sometimes we romanticize, not only entrepreneurship, but we romanticize like what we're actually doing, whether it be real estate or liquor. Letting them know that my product could be in used the wrong way, could go south, but also knowing that everything is in moderation. So I kind of get the duality of it, tapping into to the boys, tapping into the literacy, and then letting them know the pros and cons of what the entrepreneurship entails.
Okay. So with that being said, man, so what area did you grow up in?
I grew up in Saint Petersburg, Florida, which is in West Central Florida.
I'm familiar with St. Pete.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
familiar
Yeah,
with
right,
St. Pete.
right
Yeah.
across the
So
bridge in Tampa. Yeah.
yeah,
So
right. So I'm familiar with St. Pete and Largo and all that.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah.
definitely familiar with your stomping grounds.
Hometown, man, hometown.
Um, hometown. So
Yes, sir.
with that being said, when you grew up, were you a sports guy or like how did you maneuver when you grew up? You know what I
I
mean?
I did both, man. So I thank God for being able to fit into both arenas. I played sports. I was in scouts, and then also when I got to high school and middle school, I was in a magnet program. So I guess you could say I was a cool nerd. That'd be the best way to
Okay.
describe it.
Okay.
Playing with the fellas. You know what I'm saying, playing basketball, football, running track, but then also
Hmm.
being able to go on to the other side and being in top tier educational programs where I could excel mentally, So
Right.
yeah. I thank God for it to this day, man. It's just teaching us how to taught me how to be a chameleon,
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
And
So
so, with that being said, you excel in athletics, but you also excel as a scholar. So you also was that kid that was in the National Beta Club and those
I,
very
I,
various
wa- I was, man. I
right.
was.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Because the truth
it,
be told, man, the truth be
mhm,
told, again, the academics is more important than the athletics, man. It
yeah,
really is, just based off of pure numbers standpoint. Not knocking anybody that has those aspirations, but man, 1 out of 1,000, 1 out of 1,000,000, we gonna make it. So,
right.
put that effort towards, what I mean.
Right.
So, educational.
So so when you see some of your peers you grew up with, or even see some of the school teachers that taught you and whatnot, man, what are the conversations like?
So initially shock, what I mean? It's like, I was supposed to be a doctor actually. And so when I tell them I'm in liquor, they're just like, whoa, for real. And I actually got to the point by this point, I'm the only, as far as I know, right, the only black man in the state of Florida with a ready to drink beverage. I don't know anybody here. So when I go out and I step out, especially amongst my peers, people I grew up with, they already know, either they know that I do this, or they have already heard of it, of the drink. So, but hearing that that's what I chose over everything in which they know me from, is still a little bit of a shock. Not so much the business, but the manner of business in which I chose to
Mm,
conduct. Yeah, yeah,
okay, so that's very interesting.
yeah,
You were supposed to go be a doctor. So
yep, yep.
what type of doctor was you going to be? Like as far as what was your expertise that you would like to get into when it comes to being a doctor?
Yeah, man. So I wanted to be an optometrist. I love the eyes. I've actually been wearing glasses since 5. I still wear contacts right now, and I just always found them so interesting. In my opinion, and you tell me what you think. I think it's the most important sight. I mean, the most important sense out of all of them. I could lose my hearing, I could lose my taste, but I still want to see. And so, I always want to be an
Yeah,
optometrist, man. Yeah, as I'm saying, like
yeah, yeah,
I love music and I love
yeah.
food, but like I still want to see the world around me. And so I
Right, right, right,
always wanted to be an
right.
optometrist. And yeah,
I tell people all the time,
yeah,
Mr. Clark, I tell people, the eyes of a male, I think, looks different from
mm,
everybody else.
okay,
So the naked eye can see a lot.
Yeah.
As far as I feel like even when we are interested in a female,
Mm-hmm.
um, the naked eye won't deceive you because the naked eye embraces the other senses that you have. You know
Man,
what I mean?
I agree.
It's so much feelings in the naked eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And
agree, man.
people don't really think about that.
Yeah, yeah,
The emotions in the naked eye, man, is is
yeah.
is something that we can't hide, man. You know what I mean?
No,
We can't hide
no.
it. So to have great eyesight, and I used to wonder all the time, man.
Mhm,
I used to wonder about people like Stevie and Ray Charles and
mhm.
and they had no sight, but they was these amazing people.
Vision,
But
though, man. They
but
had the
but
vision.
right, but what if they had sight with that same vision that they had, man?
I play the other side of that game, and we can talk about it, man. I don't think they'd be as great.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay, that's an interesting theory, man.
yeah,
Enlighten me.
yeah. I just because of the lack of sight, yeah, and then maybe what I'm saying, like it's really a feel. Like life has really become a feel. We talk about being like life being a feel, even with our sight. But you and I both know most people can see, but they can see, but they can't see, beyond what they can see, and it's really it's
Mm.
really it's really an issue, and that's why some of us excel and some of us don't. But I feel like with them not being, man, it's crazy. I've talked about this before. With them not being constrained to what they
Hmm.
can see around them, it was just all feel. It was emotion. It was relying on other people's interpretation of what a sky looks like. Now I gotta close my eyes and I gotta rely on King Jacob to tell me what a pound cake look like. You know what I'm saying? Like tell me what the
Hmm.
forest looks like, and getting all those type of you never really had any true input of what sight was, and so that's why I feel that allowed them to um I almost feel like it almost allowed them to tap in easier, to meditate, to figure out, to get into their soul. And we all know what the end product end up being. They produce hit after hit after hit. And
Hmm.
I mean, I think Stevie Wonder might be the greatest musician ever, personally. So
Right,
yeah,
right. So with that being said, man, the eyes, man,
yeah.
they always says the wonders to your soul.
Hmm.
So I tell people all the time, if you're out and about and you see her and she fly to you, but when you make eye contact with her,
Hmm.
it's a whole different accountability
This is
if
true.
you would have it. You know what I
This is
mean?
true. This is true.
You
This is
know,
true.
so
This is true.
that eye contact, man, is something that's really, really different. And so with you wanting to be that type of doctor, man, and you can really break down because if you wanted to be that type of doctor, I know you studied tons of material on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Tons of
yeah.
material on it. And then, what you want to be a doctor, and now you're in, I want to say it's about a $70 billion industry right now. Um,
Yeah,
the beverage
yeah,
and the hospitality is huge, man. It's
yeah,
huge.
no
If
doubt.
we if we look worldwide, I ain't just talking about United States, man.
Yeah, true, true,
I'm I'm
true,
I'm
true.
I'm talking about worldwide. Cause
Yeah.
I see a lot of, cause I look at a lot of cooking shows because I like to cook, and I
Hmm.
see a lot of, I was looking at this show of restaurants in Argentina, man,
Hmm.
and they were showing, that the restaurant make their own beer, their own liquor, and they were showing the food, man, and just and and just to know how they make their own beer and their own liquor,
Hmm.
and they were showing, the wheat and the barley and stuff like that that goes in the beer and stuff like that, man. It's amazing, man. It's
Yeah.
amazing. So with you being into that beverage, another thing I want to ask you, have you got it over in any other countries?
No, no, not yet. We actually the natural move would be to get it into the islands, and so I have a couple of meetings working on that as well. Yeah, man.
When you say the islands, are we talking about the islands like we talking about like Barbados? We talking about like
St. Croix.
Jamaica
Yeah,
and we talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
St. Thomas and places like that?
Yeah, the big tourist islands. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. Even the Cayman, all of those. So,
Okay, okay,
but yeah,
okay. So have you already visited those islands to really see how their bars are set up or anything like that?
no, man. I've actually most of my time is spent, over in Europe or in Mexico. So I haven't really been to the islands. I'm gonna go to Aruba soon. But no, I haven't. I have a love for the islands. I have a love for the culture. Hence the Red Lady Rum Punch, right? It was
No.
just, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So, and then I also saw a need too. I drink, man. I drink. I partied in college, man, and I was always wondering why certain choices are made concerning liquor. I found that out over time now since I've done a lot of research. But yeah, I don't think, man. I don't think sometimes the islands or sometimes us we get enough credit. So this is a partly a ode to the islands as well. And I love when I can let somebody from the islands taste this and they validate it. You know what I mean? This is like I'm
Okay,
like that's what I love. I love so.
okay. And so why Europe and Mexico right now? You like why are those two of your favorite spots
Oh,
as of right now?
Oh yeah, man. I was actually born in Europe. I was born in Germany. Yeah, so I'm
Okay,
an army brat. And then Mexico has just been a destination for me and my fellas. To be honest with you, like I would love to go international with the beverage. But really getting it in Florida and Georgia are my two main concerns right now. Um, when those things blow up, and then obviously the rest of the U.S., there'll be more focus on the islands. I'm still taking meetings, but one thing at a time, man. We capacity.
well, I would tell you this since I used to live there as well.
Uh-huh.
I used to live in DC, so
Okay.
when it comes to alcohol, man, in DC, so you have the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area, which
DMV,
are
yes,
which
sir.
are really hot markets. So,
Mhm.
and what people don't know that's in the entertainment business, these Washington DC is the number two radio hub in the world.
In the world,
In the world, it's
I
New
did not.
York, DC, then LA.
I did not know that, man. I would have never. I wouldn't have put y'all top 10, man.
Yeah, 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 man.
Crazy. Wow.
Washington DC personalities really, really break a lot of records, man.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
and then once you know DC, you'll know about like Uptown Northwest. You'll know about one of the richest places in DC is Georgetown, down
Oh
by
yeah.
Georgetown University.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so they have a lot of bars, bro, all type of bars. And then for you to have different spokespersons from different states would be dope, man. You know what I
hmm
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
because you definitely got something that's winning now. As far as when you introduce this to the fellas, well, what is that like?
I'm gonna tell you something, man. More men buy this than women, and so people would say, "Oh, they buying it for the ladies," but no, man. Like when you drink alcohol, 9 times out of 10, somebody's adding to it, right? Most people don't drink neat, or they ain't drinking it straight, and so you add sugar to every alcoholic drink, whether it be syrup, juice, ginger ale, soda, and so if I'm telling my pitch is not really too much different from a man to a woman. Case in point, I just tell you what it is. I might tell you my backstory more so if you're a man, as opposed to a woman might just like it off the strength of the name. And
Hmm.
so I definitely sell that. I get the oh, it's red, it must be wheat. But if you a true drinker or if you know alcohol, when I tell you 20%, you like, oh, okay, cool. It doesn't matter. It
Yeah, yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
matter
yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
it doesn't matter
Yeah.
what it said. It doesn't matter what the name is. It can be called cherry juice, and I tell you it's 30%. You're gonna be like, oh, okay. So
So,
that's the reaction. So with men, you got to give them that number. We need the facts. We need
yeah.
the
So
facts.
what's funny about that, man?
Yeah.
When I lived in the Fort Lauderdale area as well, man. So
hmm
I was cool with a bartender, and I was cool with a club owner, right?
hmm
And she said, "What are you having?" I said, "Well, I have a drink when I lived in, the DC area and Delaware area that I used to make at parties. And I
Okay.
used to have everybody in party drinking. So I have a drink called sexual intercourse. And
Sexual
it
intercourse. Okay.
yes. And
Okay.
the drink is consumes of absolute vodka,
All right.
uh, coconut Malibu,
Okay.
pineapple juice,
Yeah.
and cherry grenadine.
And cherry grenadine. That's an interesting combination.
Yeah, so
Dang.
mix it up, pour it in the cup, mix it up. And so when the bartender mixed it, I said, how much that'll be? And she was like, that'll be about 15. So I was like, well, let me buy a drink for you too. And
Okay.
if you like it, you have to buy my next two drinks. She was like, I'm probably not gonna like there's too much in it. She liked it, bro. She instantly paged the club owner, told him to come and taste this.
Wow. Wow.
And,
Wow.
and
Wow.
so yeah, so and then it's been various places. They like what you drinking, and they just like, wow, man, like how did you come up with this, man?
That's
I
what I'm
was like, well,
saying, man.
a
Man.
funny fact, man. I had a homegirl
Mm-hmm.
from Trinidad, and she was like, man, Jacob, you need to really mix that coconut Malibu up in with some of your drinks. But she said you can do your own drink.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did it, and I was like, I think I'm gonna call this sexual intercourse because it takes you there, and and no matter what type of party I was at, a lounge I was at, if somebody asked me to buy them a drink, I would
That's
bring
what
them
it
what I'm
was.
drinking, and it was like over, man.
That's an
So
interesting combination. I want to try it out, man. I definitely want to
yeah,
try it out. I want to shoot, I want to write that down too. Dang, that's crazy. But look, but so why you didn't pursue it?
man, I was in my party mode. I never pursued it, but
Man, it's crazy.
I actually still want to, man. So,
Okay, and you
you
still
know,
got time. You still got time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, but it was like people loved it, bro. So, like,
Man.
when people drink, man, a lot of people don't want to drink this over the top. They
True.
want you can taste the alcohol,
Mhm.
but you can also taste the smoothness of it as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You want to function. Yeah.
So a lot of people want something that's smooth, kosher, but they can still be groovy and
Yeah.
not be like belligerent. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like
Exactly.
that. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
So
man.
so but it's interesting, man, that you're in this industry, man. Like
Yeah.
this industry is like I be looking at, man, like a lot of people don't really understand how many restaurants and lounges and bars across the U.S., man. It's
They don't.
crazy, man.
They don't. And
It's
honestly, King, man, I like to. Sometimes I don't even like to say how many locations I'm in because if you really know, even in a small town, there's nothing, right? I mean, I'm thankful for the progress. Don't get me wrong, right? But if I tell you, like, when I was at like 10, you'd be like, oh, okay, cool. But like you and I both know 10 could be right up the street, man. and in
right,
2 seconds,
right.
you see 10 spots. So when I see 2,000 or when I see a brand get a deal for 1,500 stores, 1,000 stores, and I'm like, okay, cool. Now they covering a metropolitan area. Now they covering 2 or 3. But yeah,
Mhm.
you absolutely right, man. Like restaurants, bars, and then when you get into beer and wine and spritzers, now you talking about gas stations. Now you talking about
Yeah,
convenience stores, and it's like, dang, man. And one thing that I continue to do because I'm still hungry, I mean, I'm not where I want to be. I still do the research, man, and I'm seeing, we pay attention to the world we're in, right? So you're in radio, so you know the hottest DJs, you know the hottest songs, like
right.
you got to. And for me, I'm like, man, I wake up in the morning and I look at some of my publications and I look like, oh man, this winery just got purchased for 200 million. Oh man, this little vodka brand I've never heard of in Washington State just sold for 15 million. And it's like, come on, man. Come on.
You just gotta think, man, like monopolizing and having the hottest DJ in the hottest club in each city.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies, go to the bar and get that new Lady Red Rum, man. Jay Card, I got you, my boy. You know what I mean?
That's all it takes, man.
You call not in a sense. with marketing,
Mm-hmm.
DJs are marketers, man. You
They
know
are.
what I mean?
No, they
Like
are.
DJs are famous, man. Like I tell people all
Absolutely.
the time, man. Whether it's a mixtape DJ, radio personality, whether he's a DJ that do old school parties, or where she's a DJ, and then to bring the sexiness to the drink is a female DJ like Angela Yee uh, uh, or my homegirl Tracy Mitchell out of New Jersey, and
Yeah. Yeah.
my homegirl DJ Silver out of LA. You know what I mean? So to bring that sexiness to the drink, man, I can see that photo shoot with the bottle, with the
Mm-hmm.
turntables, and
Mm-hmm.
and the female DJ. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's marketing everything you do. So and
Definitely.
and with that being said, man, so are you interested, or is it in the repertoire to bring out a cognac or no?
Never thought about it. We actually have a mix. Cognac and Red Lady. We call it the Daredevil,
Okay,
and that's pretty much the new Incredible Hulk.
okay.
Because Hypno and Hennessy, and
He ain't
so
right.
yeah, yep. So Hennessy and Red Lady, and we call it the Daredevil. But a strict
Okay.
cognac, no. That's in my wheelhouse on my personal level. But no. I haven't even considered it, man. I haven't even
Okay.
considered it. I've
Okay.
been asked to do other flavors, other ladies, but I one thing at a time,
Yeah,
one
yeah,
thing at
yeah,
a
yeah.
time. But
I
yeah, but
just
that
only ask
cognac and
because
Red Lady is amazing though.
I know since the pandemic, man, a lot of men, a lot of high end businessmen with the lawyers and the doctors and
Mhm.
the pharmacists and the homeowners, the cats that build subdivisions. I know a lot of them are opening their own cigar lounges, and
Yeah.
so the cigar lounges have the cognac, they have the blues, the jazz, the kind of
Mhm.
laid back music and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I asked about the cognac, because
Yeah.
um, cognac is it's a top seller, man.
It
So
is.
so
It is.
that's why I asked you, man, because
It
everybody like
is.
they straight shot. It's a beverage that people wind down with, man. So
Yeah. If I could top it now, if I could get the marketing like you were saying, like the DJing and all that, we could just be the topper. It's a premier cocktail as well too. You know what I mean?
right.
And my hopes is to on some level, replace Coke. You see what I'm saying? So it's like rum and Coke. Now just take the rum punch or whatever you're gonna put Coke in, just put the Red Lady in. Better for you too, and it's stronger. You see what I'm saying? So yeah,
I'm interested in the know, man, with the red rum, man. Does it go good with Cavassier hand? Does it go good with Ansac? Does it go good with Martell? Like,
okay, yeah. So like I said, we definitely have tried the hen. The hen is good, man. I'm not even a Hennessy fan, honestly, but the Red Lady and Hennessy, it's on point, and I'm not just saying that because it's mine, right? So it does well. It does well with our two biggest drinks are the Daredevil, which is Red Lady and Hennessy, or Red Lady and Cognac. You don't got to be hen, and then Red Mosa, which is Red Lady and Champagne. So replacing that OJ and putting that Red Lady in it. Yeah, we have I have something called a Hell of a Lady, which is pretty much Red Lady, OJ, and then a shot of Fireball. We
wow,
have yeah. We have
wow.
yeah, man. Yeah, listen, because you got to give people options, right? Like you might not like the sweetness, right? Because so the Red Lady is described. Nobody knows what it is. If you never had it, I tell you, it's a rum punch. And if you never had a rum punch, my rum punch is a mix between a sangria and a rum runner. And so it's not as sweet as an average rum punch. And so I give people options as to what else you can do with it. So we have Russian Lady, and that's Red Lady vodka. I use Stoli usually, and with lime. And you'd be surprised the rum and the vodka, they just mix. And then if you want to cut it heavily, you can always just do Red Lady and Club Soda. Um, I like Red Lady and Rum Haven. I just add more rum to it, add me a little bit of lime on top, and increase that alcohol percentage. And so yeah, man. And then for the very first time, I just had whiskey and Red Lady, and I was thoroughly surprised that it worked. It's different.
So back
Yeah.
up, back up. So
What's up, man?
so you're telling me that the Jack Daniel works with it?
Yeah, yeah, man. I don't I whiskey. It wasn't Jack Daniels. It was
Was it the?
Hellcat Maggie. You ever heard of Hellcat? A
I have.
Hellcat Maggie. So yeah. So I'm very careful when I'm giving you recipes. I either just say a straight spirit or I'm gonna tell you the brand in which I try to. Cause I don't want you to be like, man, the Jack and the Red Lady ain't hitting like you said. I never said the Jack, so I don't want to say that. But if it is, let me know. Let me know. So it was Hellcat Maggie and Red Lady, and it worked out really nicely.
Okay.
It worked out really nicely.
I can see it hitting with the Johnny Walker or the Jack.
Okay. Yeah, but straight
So,
though, not. I don't think it would not no flavor though. I don't think the honey or anything. I think that would
right.
mess it up. Yeah, with the
Right,
pineapple.
right. And I also can see it hitting with the original Crown Royal.
Yes. No, I have tried that, and it is good. It is good, but it's gotta be like 2 to 1. Just make sure that you one part Crown, 2 part Red Lady, or so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Or if
Cool.
you want to just
So
make it a little bit of topper, like I said, topper's fine
okay.
too. So
Okay. So as far as with the ladies and say you having a luncheon
mhm.
and you got it catered, but you got the cater with the hors d'oeuvres, nothing really heavy,
Okay.
and you want to use the red rum and some type of champagne for an elegant drink.
Yes.
And so what is the champagne of choice that goes great with it?
Mm, we haven't had a consistent one, man. I haven't had a consistent one. I've used like 4 or 5, and most of the time, if you go to a brunch, and this is mostly in Atlanta for us, um, it's not necessarily top quality. To be real with you, you know. So I have to get back to you on that, man. I need to choose one and be able to plug that one as well. But I just
How
know
would how would in your personal opinion, how would a white Zinfandel go with it?
a white Zinfandel Red Lady.
Mhm.
Ah, man,
Because white Zinfandel pretty smooth. It's
it
not too
is.
hard.
It's not too
Or the
harsh.
or the Chardonnay is not too harsh. You know what I mean?
Mm, I don't know because what I'm thinking of is like most of the time with a Chardonnay you don't want the sweet though. So I'm in my mind I'm thinking you putting the sweet on top of the Chardonnay. I don't know if they really, but champagne isn't either though. But we both know that mimosas are a thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It might work. Let me try it out, man. You know what I
Mhm.
wish in the industry that there were more I wish there were more medium-sized bottles for samples. You see what I'm saying? So like
Mhm.
there's no mini bottle for champagne. I just can't go buy a small bottle of champagne. I gotta go buy the big one.
So with you, man,
Mhm.
do you would you ever have a wine tasting that would coincide with an industry mixer where you have musicians, actors, actresses,
Oh yeah.
poets and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I've actually
Okay.
done more. I've actually partnered with. I have a friend who's a sommelier here, and yeah, I partnered with her. She knows all those wines, and I might be the only liquor at that event, and I have no issue with that because it's kind of like a no compete. And
Hmm.
so somebody wants to instead of that might be the perfect event to mix the Chardonnay with the Red Lady because that's really all you got left. The only
Right,
option.
right,
So yeah, yeah. No, I'm
right.
I'm I'm open to that, man. I'm open to visibility. I'm open to um we've done a jazz event with the Red Lady. So yeah, yeah, I'm definitely open to that, man. It's
Okay, okay.
nice
And
and
so,
slow. Yeah.
with you being a businessman
Hmm.
and somebody wanting to get into the beverage industry, man, and like, what are some key things they need to know about getting into the beverage industries and as far as you know, is there any type? There are some events where you can go and taste different liquors if you're trying to get into the beverage industry, right?
You
And
can, yeah.
so, how often do these type of events come around?
A lot of them are private. But as far as you're not going to find too many events that are going to tell you the ins and outs of the industry. They're going to introduce you to products, but 9 times out of 10, like the owner's not going to be there, right? It's just going to be a rep, so they can tell you like where they are or what the product consists of, but they're not necessarily going to walk you through the entire step. So I'm actually in the process. Me and a business partner are actually working on a course to literally, and when you created that drink, we could have literally told you step 1 through 10 to be like, yo, King, do this, do this, do this, talk to this person, and walk you through it. I will say that I think just like with any business, it's just persistence. I feel like you just pick your hard, right? Like doing nothing is hard, doing a lot is hard. You just got to choose which one you want to do. So to circle back to your original question, I haven't really been to. I think I've been to in 5 years of doing this. Yeah, about 6 years, 5, 6 years of doing this. I think I might have been to 1 or 2 events that were like, this is what the liquor industry is. These are the different, you know what I'm saying? These are the different spirits, and this is the way to move forward. Most of the time, it's just a tasting. It's like, here goes my brand. This is how you can enjoy it. Go buy it. You know, that's really what it is. Yeah, and you're really not going to get that information unless you hit a conference, or by that time, you know, the big liquor conferences, the people that are attending those are already brand owners.
Okay.
Yeah, not just amateurs or novelists, you know.
Right.
So
Is it more is I ain't gonna say easier, but is it more suitable to launch a liquor line like yours or a wine line? Like which is the most difficult to launch, or is it about the same?
so it depends, right? So I have a buddy who's actually he makes great wine. He makes it, right? But he's been trying to find somebody to scale him. And this has been going on for a couple years, right? And it could be a host of things, right? It could be him not calling the right people because I'm not on him as to what he's doing. I just know he hasn't been able to break through yet. But I think personally the easiest thing to start is a vodka because the vodka is the easiest thing to make. You can go make a vodka tomorrow and just slap your label on it and do it. Mine's a little bit harder because I have the natural ingredients. So I have, 3 or 4 things coming together from different areas, and then they have to be mixed. They got to be, properly, proper proportions, and then bottled. So if I had to say the easiest thing to make would be a vodka. Vodka would be
Okay.
easiest. Yeah, yeah, and I think
So
there's more red tape with a winery too.
okay.
Because not all wineries might even produce what you're asking them to produce. But usually a distillery, if you got the right amount of money, they'll go ahead and make whatever you want them to make,
Right, right. So when it comes to you as a businessman,
Mm-hmm.
and before I get into that, so what business were you in before you started? You know, in the last 5 years, you've been doing this right here in the beverage industry.
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing before then?
Host of things. Actually, I was a secretary and transporter for the VA, Veterans Affairs. Yeah, I
Right.
told them I'm an Army brat, man. So the military is close and dear to my heart. It provided me a way to get here. So I did that, and then just odd jobs, man. I did door to door meat sales. that was fun. Um, I'm a draw. I'm a creator. So I've actually designed and created, apparel for companies and some local churches, and then just a general hustler, man. I sold shoes. I sold clothes.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever I could, man. Whatever I could in order to get to this point.
So, what was that like? And as far as working with the veteran affairs, man, because when you're working with the vets, man, the vets have some remarkable stories. They have a
They do.
different type mindset, and
They
so
do.
what was it like with working with them and just getting in that place where they feel comfortable with you?
Yeah, man, it was cool, man. I think one thing that a lot of people at my facility forget that these were people before. Like you're saying, yeah, we know they went to war. You know what I'm saying, but like maybe war was only like this part of their life. Like, so if after them 4 years, they were somebody for the next 40, and so I really love taking the time and listening to who these mostly men. there were a few women there that I took care of, but like just hearing how did you get here? When's the last time somebody asked you, man, yo, King, how did you get here? And not
Right.
formally, just really want to know, genuinely interested in their story. Because what I learned and what my granddad has instilled into me is like you can learn from anybody, man.
Right.
Anybody. Yeah. It doesn't have to be a good story. It don't have to be a bad story. But if you just listen and if you get them right, right questions, people are gonna tell you who they are. And so I loved I didn't love everything about being there. I'm not gonna sit here and romanticize my job. There were times where I was like, man, forget this. I wish I'm out here selling this liquor every day. But there were definitely days where I was thankful for being in a place where there was a lot of history. There's a lot of history, and not just at corporate America, it might be company history, but this is a lot of history. And then having the time, because I'm transporting, I'm taking them to surgery. I'm taking them to all the appointments. It's like I might come get my man Joe from the back of the parking lot. I had to take him to the community living center in the back. So I got 15 minutes of undivided attention. It's like, yo, when you lived in Africa, how was that? Like, how was the culture? You know what I'm saying? So I've actually, I've taken some of their stories and am able to, talk to other people just based off of their situations. I
Right.
can tell you stories and you don't know if that was me or you don't know if that was them, but I'm gonna tell you in such a way where you like, dang, he might have been to Zimbabwe or he might have been to the, you know what I'm saying, like Australia.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, that's the one thing that I was super grateful for, just stories, man, and then really respecting what people have gone through. You never know. You never know what somebody has gone through, man. You never do.
Right. Right. So I want you to touch base on two things.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about product branding and presentation.
Mm-hmm.
And after you touch base on that, I want to talk about beverage marketing dollars and how
Okay.
much they matter.
So you said product and beverage presentation.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the industry, I'll give you this, is mostly clear glass and black. If you ever go to a bar, and so for me, a color guy, I'm like, make something that stands out. It just made sense to me, and so just based off the look of my bottle, and I think you've seen, you've seen it. The red
Right.
bottle is
Right.
like, what is that? And so that already gets me into locations like I need more of what is that. And so product placement, it absolutely matters. The look, the feel, who you're next to. I also learned that you don't have to be Bacardi, but if you're next to Bacardi, you're gonna get visibility. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And that's just that's what anything. That's in sports. That's in anything. You don't gotta be 50 Cent. You could be G Unit. You still gonna get looked at, right?
Right. Right.
And so yeah, product visibility, but also knowing your category. I'm in a ready to drink category. And a lot of the ready to drink beverages are going to cans. So what the shift that has happened over the last 2 years is actually advantageous to me because I've stuck to the bottles and I stuck to a red bottle. So it's easy to put me next to a clear bottle. You walk through the aisle and you're like, oh, what is that? You know? So in that regard, I'm thankful for our packaging. Now, marketing is everything. When it comes to budget, a lot of brands, they're using, coming out the gate, maybe 50% of their budget, is towards marketing, because what I had to learn, it's what I knew, but what I had to learn is that it doesn't matter how good my product is. It doesn't matter how it looks. It doesn't matter if it's got a suave name. If nobody knows about it, it can't sell. And so I'm
Right.
currently me and my team, we're just all about visibility to get us into where is this going to sell? How are people going to talk about this in order to tell somebody else in order to sell? And so, yeah, we have to be very conscious of where the money goes and what decisions we make regarding our marketing. Because, we made some missteps. We've had some missteps. And some of them just can't be avoided. It's trial and error. You can give a money to celebrity and they might make a couple posts, but that doesn't mean the people that follow them are going to keep buying it, because you and I both know that celebrity can make a misstep and your brand might go down with it the next week. And that was completely out of your control. And
Right, right,
so,
right, 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 right.
so yeah, just being right, to double back, just being strategic, um, using that money correctly, and to be completely transparent, you do need a lot of it. You either need a lot of money or know a lot of people to influence, but the best thing is to have them both.
Okay, okay,
Yep.
okay. So upon the presentation of the product, um, what would you say that has helped you with product branding and product placement?
I think like I said, I believe the red helps it stand out. Um, but to be honest with you, when we were operating really small, and that took time. We were able to get tied to a a distributor that has a name, and we walk into places now. We can be like, okay, we're with Great Bay, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like those two words make us official. So
Mm,
that's been a blessing. That's been a blessing in Florida, and then in Georgia, we're with Savannah, which is I believe is the second largest distributor in Georgia. They they're the exclusive distributor of Tito's. So whenever you come to Georgia and you see a Tito's vodka, you know that's Savannah distributor. So now we're
that's a
able
pretty good
to,
vodka too. That's a good
yeah,
drink.
man, yeah. And so now we're essentially like, okay, we with Tito's, and they're like, okay, cool. I will give you the time of day. I know who your rep is, and it's not such a hard sell as opposed to me telling you, hey, my name is Jared Carter. I got this Rum Lady, da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Going through that whole spiel, hoping and praying that you're gonna say yes to the product in which you've never heard of and you've never seen my face.
Mm, okay,
So
okay.
yeah. It's all about relationship, man. It's relationship driven. That's business. That's
With
business.
anything, you're right. You're right. It's
Anything,
relationship
man.
building. Yeah,
And so
yeah.
in the last 2 years, in the last year, we've been able to foster two relationships that are both going pretty well. And again, more marketing on our part, more celebrities, more people talking about it in combination with that company, with our companies going in the field, and we're headed in the right direction.
Right, right. So with that being said, I'm looking at your bottle
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking at the presentation of it, and you this red lady rum. So
Yeah.
um, I'm thinking about a deal you can broker,
Okay.
and so with me thinking about the deal you can broker,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a partnership with Convo Cruise Line.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
they have parties on there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They have some of the old school tours be on the ship line, like the
Mm-hmm.
Dales and the Temps, and they might have after seven or surface, and might have Earth, Wind and Fire, and you know you Tom Joyner has a all black party on there every year on this on the cruise ship. It's about, I think it's 5 days, 4 nights, and it'd be some of the biggest stars you ever seen on the ship. So, just thinking, as far as the Colorful Cruise Line, man, and even they have another cruise line, and you're gonna be like, Jacob, you way out there, but the the Me- the Meridian Sea,
The Meridian Sea.
yeah, cruise line, where they go to, man, all the places out, like they go to the whew, like Czech Republic and all these cruise lines, like
Okay.
overseas and stuff like
Okay.
that. So
Okay.
what the reason I see that, because um it's a new brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when it comes to female drinkers, man, listen, man, people can say what they want to say, bro. Like, I have seen that if a female like a brand,
Mm-hmm.
if they don't have that brand at the spot she at, she won't come back.
It's like that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
they like their certain brands, and so with the brand that you have, man, I really think, man, we we know what it is, man. It's something for the ladies, but like you say, the fellas gonna try it because it's for the. So what's the hype about, man? Like, why
Yeah,
do these men like this drink? So let me see if this is something that I need to invest in when I throw parties. You know what I
true,
mean?
true,
And
true, true,
and
true.
and and so and then before you know it, bro, cause sometimes people that throw parties have a cash bar as well. You know what I
Yes,
mean? And
yeah,
so
yeah,
and so with them having the cash bar, that can be the new drink of choice where they have the DJ to shout it out all night.
all night.
And
Yeah,
then you got somebody calling you that wanna, maybe invest in your product or maybe wanna be a rep for you.
hmm,
So you do hire reps, right?
yeah. We're definitely looking for reps, man. We're looking for reps.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So with that being said, that's something that you should be open to as well, man. And a lot of times, man, you see everybody have the all white parties, the all black parties, and
Oh
so
yeah,
if you get with that promoter in the city, man, and maybe it's the best dress. They get a
yeah,
courtesy bottle of red rum, you know what I mean, or maybe it's the flyest, whatever they may have, whatever contest, the prizes that they give away. Because,
yeah.
a lot of promoters give away prizes, you know what I mean?
They
So,
do. Yeah, yeah. Freebies.
or maybe they can launch something with you where you're going to have a model photo shoot,
Hmm.
with a few models that could potentially be spokespeople for Red Rum, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
true.
so it's so many ways just because of what the brand is. It's
Hmm.
so many ways to really look at it, man,
Yeah.
because you got a pretty, that red bottle, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it looked like a Valentine's Day bottle for real, for real.
Yeah, man. Make Valentine's Day all year, man. Maybe that should
Yeah,
be. Maybe that should
I'm
be the
talking about.
slogan.
So that's dope, man. That's dope, man. So
Yeah, appreciate it.
what's in the future for you, man? Like what can we expect for the rest of um, you know, this year at least?
2022, man. So yeah, we're really expanding out of Central Florida, being in the entire state, getting into some big box stores like ABC, Total Wine, and then obviously Florida and Georgia right now. On our radar would be Illinois, Texas, and then California, and then we move correctly and move where we believe the brand could be. We could be nationwide by the end of the year, man. If not third quarter. And so the overall goal of the brand is that anytime you hear the term rum punch, you're gonna be like, yo, where the red lady at?
So my thing for you, man,
Mm-hmm.
and just is since you know about the entertainment business, man, my
Mm-hmm.
thing for you would be to pitch it to some of these reality TV shows. For real talk,
The reality
because
TV
once
shows.
they see that rum punch on TV,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody watch reality TV,
Yeah,
so
yeah, true. They
once
do.
once once they see it on one of the Housewives shows or
Mm-hmm.
a show like that, and then once you once you see somebody like Cynthia Bailey sipping on it, yeah, I'm
True.
just saying, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just
no,
saying,
true.
bro.
True for true. Yeah, true.
Once you see Vanessa Simmons sipping on it, somebody like that, bro,
Yeah,
they gonna be like, what's she drinking? Like
exactly.
she is, that's Red Ron daughter. She drinking it, so wait a minute now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
No, you're right.
yeah. So you definitely need to pitch it to reality TV, man,
Leave it to that.
and you might can even broker a drink deal with reality TV. You
Yeah,
know what I
true.
mean?
True, true,
Because
true.
it's big, man. Whether and it might not be on one of the shows that you see us. It might be on like the Real Housewives of Orange County. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what
yeah, yeah,
I'm saying? I mean,
definitely.
so just whatever show that you might can get it on, man. I think there'll be a good look for the Red Room as a whole.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it'll take off too, just because of the
Yeah,
visibility.
right. So, but yeah,
Visibility.
man. I just want to appreciate you coming on for dropping them jewels, and sharing your story, man. And
Man, thank you
and
for
man,
having me.
if you're welcome, man. And if people want to get in contact with you, man, and and want to get up with you, and for the potential people that might want to be a sales rep in their state, how can they get in contact with you?
Yeah, so just contact me through the website. The website is www.theredladypunch.com. And then through all our socials as well. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at The Red Lady Punch. You send us a direct message, we respond to everything. So,
Okay.
yeah, looking for reps, looking for opportunities, looking for visibility. We're willing to talk, and we're really, everything is not a yes, everything is not a no. But if it fits us, let's make it happen.
Okay, not a problem, man. I want to thank you once again for coming on, man. Just want to say shout out to you and your team, man, and
Sure.
I look forward to seeing much more from you, man. As a business owner, as a brother, as an innovator, as an entrepreneur, and I just need to know when this class is gonna start for sure.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
We're looking, should be out in between 60 to 90 days, man. We're gonna
Okay.
drop that, and just it's literally gonna take you. So the thing is gonna take you through it, and then the consultation, I'll literally give you the places to go.
Okay.
Yep. Give you alley hoop.
All right.
Yeah, man.
All
You got
right.
some, you got something going right there, man. I want to taste it strictly off of the name, bro. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah, I want to taste it, man. So
Okay.
yeah, coming
I
soon.
appreciate you, man. Yes, sir, man. Thank you for your time. You have a wonderful evening.
All right, Ken. You too, man.
All right, peace.
Peace.